Hey guys, so in the post today I received my 80GB iPod Classic, which you can see there. I thought it'd be nice to do a review of it for everyone. I was going to do an unboxing as well, but as Danny as this knows, I've had a bit of problem with that, with my camera playing up, batteries dying, having it all unboxed, missing the chance basically. Anyway, so what you can see here, the box. New box design is very similar. There's my cat walking by. It's very similar to that of the new iPhones and the iPod Touch, etc. It's got the same slide out design. It's a very clean box as you'd expect from Apple. Very nice box design. Very simple. And here's the iPod Classic itself. You see, on the front, it's laid out very similar to the old iPod Video, pretty much the same actually. On top, headphone, hold switch, bottom dot connector, and back, the nice reflective back that you've come to expect. If it's looking a bit mucky, that's because I've still got the protective plastic sleeve that comes with it because I haven't got a case for it yet and I'm very paranoid about scratches. Anyway, so you've seen the design. It's got the aluminum face on it now. Very nice. It looks much better than the old plastic, shiny plastic, you know, which used to get scratched a lot basically. You couldn't keep scratches from it. So it's going to be a lot more scratch resistant to the old model. So if I bring in the old model here, put it into the glare of the light, you should be able to see, you might be able to see, that there is quite a few scratches on there. So if I stick next to each other, let's bring it into the front. You're going to see the design is pretty much the same. There's not much changed here. But the big change between the two is basically just the new front, the new interface that you're going to see more of later in the video. So, if I compare the screen brightness between the two, right here, you should be able to see, if you look at the white section on the iPod Classic on the right, it is obviously a lot brighter. You should also be able to notice that colours are a lot deeper. I haven't got anything colourful on here, I'll just get some up. Well, that's not exactly the most colourful thing, but you should be able to tell that the contrast is a lot better on the iPod Classic. I don't know if they've switched the models or just increased brightness, or I don't really know, but I've certainly noticed the difference between the two. So, after comparing the look of these two, which, as I mentioned, is pretty much the same, so I'm not going to go into that too much. The biggest difference between the iPod Classic and the Video, or the biggest new feature, should I say, is the new interface. So I'm just going to change the camera, move the camera, sorry, and I'll show you that in a moment. So it might be hard for you to see this, but I've got limited. I'm limited to what I can do really. You should be able to see on the main menu now that it's a split screen design. All the options are down the left here, and you get, depending on what selection you've made, say I'm on music, I'll get album art flying by. If I'm on videos, I'll have clips from the videos flying by. They don't move, they're not video clips, they're just still clips. If I go on photos, sadly I don't have any photos to show you, but you get the idea, you'd have photos flying by basically. Podcasts, tells you how many podcasts you've got. Extras, shows you a clock and the date and time. Settings, it tells you how much free room you have left on your storage. And shuffle songs, tells you how many songs you have for shuffling, basically. Right, so the big feature for most people is the addition of cover flow in the music section. So if I just open this, now you might have noticed there I clicked it twice, there was quite a delay opening it. You should be able to see it's very similar to that of the iTunes and iPhone iPods. It runs quite smooth. But look, if you go too fast for it, you can see here that it doesn't render the album out in time. If I leave it for a few seconds then go back, it'll start rendering it. Normally if you've been using your iPod and you haven't synced it, say you've been using it for a few hours, it normally does catch up with it and it's a lot smoother. But right now, obviously it's not keeping up with me. But otherwise I still think this feature is nice. It does run quite smooth. People have said it's very jittery. apart from the album art taking a while to render, it's still a smooth experience. So in cover flow, you'll have seen this in the iPhone if you've watched any of the preview videos for those in the UK, or if you've got one over in the US. When you tap it, you get a flip animation. It'll show you what's on the album, or the single. Then when you hit the song, there's another flip animation and goes into the now playing menu. So in the now playing menu, there's been changes as well. You can see it's more like the Apple TV interface, as all the details are on the right and the album art's on the left, on a tilted sort of slant, and it looks quite nice. It's nice way of doing it. Also, you get a new option in the now playing menu. So if you tap it 4 times, instead of having the album art come big, you have the shuffle option, so you can set shuffle straight from now playing, which is quite a nice feature, because it really annoyed me on the old iPods that it didn't have this. So you had to go all the way through settings. You know, it's a waste of your time. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be listening to music. So that's now playing. As you've just seen, on the main menu, you get contextual information. So if I went into settings and I hovered over brightness, it'd tell me brightness. It'd tell me how bright my screen is. I've got it 100% right now to show you how bright it can get. So that's what happens in menus, really. They've done quite a bit to change it, and it's nice. It's a nice feature. Though you might notice if you get one of these, you'll notice that sometimes the new flashy animated interface can get in the way and often cause these problems. So I'll just stick the iPod back down. So video playback. It's been an important feature of both the iPod Classic and the iPod Video, obviously. So I'm just running 2 videos here, one on the iPod Video, one on the iPod Classic. It's pretty much the same. Menu options have changed. If I get the iPod Video here, I hit the center button, I get a transparent menu showing me time and and the brightness of the screen. And that's the only options you get. It's pretty much the same on here. They've changed the way it works. It's an opaque box now. It's more, for skipping through, it's more like the music option. So, there's not much change at all really on there. So the video side of things is pretty much the same. Still has the same limited amount of codecs, which is annoying, because, you know, being a video playing device, you want it to be able to play all your videos out of the box, not only Apple limited sort of codecs. You don't want to have to convert them, you want to get using it straight away. That's what it's for. So that's still annoying, although it's still a good video playing device. After you've got past the whole having to convert your videos, it's okay. It's still good quality screen, good quality smooth playback. So that's it for the video. As I mentioned, it's smooth, it's clear, but it does have limited codec support, which is still something Apple should really change. They should get some more codecs in there.